And Allen will boot, and he'll flip it wide open. The man who scored on the touchdown. Stafford looking that way, throwing that way. Cup! Bill's driving for the lead, and Allen throws. Touchdown. Keeps it, pumps, runs, breaks the play. Stepping up, and now floating it downfield, and Diggs is behind the secondary. Stumbles.
Getting the win. Burrow fires. Intercepted. Picked off at a pick six.
It's Williams. Breaks through for the touchdown. Samuel dancing around. The throw is to...
Well, that was a beautiful montage to start the show. Welcome everybody to another very exciting episode of Earth2 Sports Talk with Weds and Mo. I am Mo. and
as usual, I'm Weds.
The jolly green giant over there is Weds. Got you. How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
It's the best weekend I've had since February. So that's how it was.
That's exactly why I asked you that, because man, I'll tell you something. It was an amazing weekend, like immaculate. It started Thursday, and to be very honest, the season opener was not disappointing. Like every game to me felt interesting. You know, even the ones that weren't great, they all still felt interesting. And excuse me, I thought this was a great episode 1 of this season of the NFL. What do you think?
I think I agree with you 100%. Like it was definitely like I don't think there's a single game I was like, oh man, this is not disappointing. Because granted, even the games that didn't end how I thought they would,
right?
Even when some players didn't perform how I imagined they would,
right?
I still enjoyed every single game that I watched. Oh, like I told you, I think I put this on Twitter as well. What I did was I said, for all the games that I watched, since I didn't make it to the gym, I'm going to push up for the scores.
Nice.
First game that I watched was like, did I do it for Thursday night? No, I don't think I did it for Thursday, but I think I did it for Sunday. First game I watched was Eagles and Detroit. Off the bat, we're talking like 38-35. I was like, okay, so all right, it's gonna be a busy day.
Yeah.
By the time I flipped from that one to the Ravens game, I was like, you know what? By the end of the night, by the time I got to the Cowboys and Buccaneers,
yeah,
my arms were ready to fall off.
I know.
Thank God they only scored 22 points combined.
Listen.
So it was a great weekend.
Man, it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. Got to chill and starting all the way from the college weekend, even though like I'm not really 100% watching like the first couple of weeks of the college weekend unless it's like big matches, but I'll click on every game here and there just to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Again, the Bulldogs won another game that just steamrolled another opponent. Bama and Texas, that was interesting. A&M got demolished, and it was an interesting week for me. Like and then jumping into the NFL, I didn't do what Wetson did because I'm not insane. However,
I didn't work out that morning. I needed something to do.
Still, I'm not insane because thinking about you doing all of that, even if I didn't work out, I'd take the L. I would take the L. Thinking about what you did, if I didn't work out, I would just take the L because I'm not doing that.
Why not? Like it's a good challenge, bro.
No, nah. It sounds fun for insane people. Not for me though.
You don't have to be insane. You don't have to be insane to challenge yourself. A little bit.
You're right. You're right. You're very right. It's just not for me though. So congratulations on your workout. I'm very proud of you. That's a great thing. That's a great thing you accomplished. You said you were, and you know what I love about that is like you said you were gonna do it and you did it. Like it's not like you pussied out on your own challenge that no one is watching, right? You did your thing because you put it out there, and that's amazing. That's the kind of person Wetson is. Like, he's that guy.
Man, listen. I figured. Listen, again. This is something that somebody told me that, oh yeah, you should do this, you should do that. I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I'm challenging myself to do. And as one of the greats told me, again, one of the greats, is to stop renegotiating with yourself. If you told yourself yesterday, this is what I'm going to do, then you wake up the next day and that's what you do.
I don't know who you're talking about, but
the greats I'm talking about is Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant,
like I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but we're about to jump into the NFL real quick. So, we're gonna run through our pick'ems and talk about those games. But then there's the 3 games we highlighted last week: Browns, Panthers, Seahawks, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, and Browns, Panthers. Those are the games that we're going to focus on and actually like really, really discuss. Hi, Mom. Thank you for watching. Please turn it off now. Yeah, so my mom's watching the show. So yeah, so those are the games we're gonna like focus on. So let's start with Thursday Night Football, Buffalo and the Rams.
Do you remember who we picked for all of these?
Oh, I have it written down, so don't worry, I got you.
Okay, good.
So Buffalo and the Rams. Obviously we said Buffalo was a couple plays away from making the Super Bowl. The Rams, as good as they were last week, weren't returning a lot of the players that won that last year. Mm-hmm. They weren't returning a bunch of the players that won that Super Bowl with them. I'm not saying for them, with them. And so I didn't have any faith in them, and I picked just like you picked the Buffalo Bills. So that's a great way to start, right?
Yeah, that was a good start. That might have been like one of 3 picks I got right from the weekend.
Right. No, but I mean, man, listen, some of them, I don't know if they were upsets. Some of them were just insane. The next game after that was, what was that? New Orleans and Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Oh man, let me see what you did on this one, bro. That's another one. So I feel like our percentage is going up. We don't laugh at me, bro. Like, think about it, right? What was one of the reasons we picked? I think what were one of the reasons you picked the Saints to go that way? You picked to go with the Saints?
Because I don't believe in Marcus Mariota. That's one. And I look at Atlanta. The offensive line is not terrible, but I don't believe in Mariota. His accuracy has not been there for a while. That's why the Titans got rid of him and got Ryan Tannehill. And even though Ryan Tannehill is not like some great quarterback, he was just an upgrade from Marcus Mariota. And
correct.
So because of that, and also because I look at the Saints, I'm like, you know what? Even though they don't have like they don't have like the lineup is not perfect and so not fully healthy, I feel like they were still better off than Falcons, and so I went with the Saints. It seems like they were better off.
Yes, for those reasons.
They came back, and I'm like, you know what?
Correct, and Ken Guard Mike is back.
Mariota any day.
Right, so Ken Guard Mike is back as well.
That's true.
No,
I said that's true.
Right. How's that drink, by the way?
Amazing.
All right, and the next game, Pittsburgh Cincinnati. That was a mind blower for me. I think that's where it starts. That's where it starts for me. I thought, again, this is another team that went to the Super Bowl last year versus a team that's not returning their all-star, their GOAT quarterback. I'm not saying the GOAT. I'm saying their GOAT quarterback. I don't know if I'll call him their GOAT, but that's not returning. Ben Roethlisberger is not returning. Juju Smith-Schuster is gone. And there's a lot of question marks on that team because they're starting Mitchell Trubisky, trouble Chicago, like who didn't pan out for Chicago, and he's here now as your week 1 starter. So I mean, it was. And then the other team has Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon and
Higgins and Joe Burrow
and Joe. Like, do you see that? It's such an easy pick. But I didn't watch that game. But obviously Joe Burrow is my fantasy quarterback, and I'm looking at his numbers go minus. It starts minus pick 6, and it doesn't like. I'm like, yo, what is happening here? And that is one of the games that blew my mind. That's one of the upsets of the week to me. I Yeah, it's the upset of the week for me.
No, that was no. No, for me it wasn't the upset of the week, but we'll get to my upset. But that was definitely a big upset. But the upset of the week to me, we'll get to that one. But
Okay.
but no, that was definitely a surprising one for me because, like I said, I picked the Bengals without even a second thought. Like I'm like Bengals Pittsburgh. I'm like, you guys at best got Najee Harris, and as a bright side, that was it for me.
Right.
And then somehow, that's the only bright side I saw. And somehow they still managed to, Najee Harris didn't even have like a great game or anything like that, but they managed to.
No, he got hurt in the game, so so he's out, and so when he's out, when I find out I'm like, oh, they're about to take this game and run away with it, and it goes to overtime, and it's a bunch of miss kicks, doings. Like it also had the weirdest, most bizarre ending ever.
Every kicker in the NFL, I got beef with them. Every single one of them.
Dang.
Bro,
okay.
You know how many missed kicks we had over the weekend?
Right.
No. I'm like, I expect some off-season rust, but you a kicker.
Correct. So you're right. Let's jump to the next game and let's not spend too much time because we can go on a tangent. New England, Miami.
We both picked Miami, I believe.
We both picked Miami for reasons, and those reasons
paid off.
Exactly.
To
Hill,
yeah. So those reasons paid off. That was an easy pick, but you know what though? Okay, I'm no fan of Tua. I'm really not. I'm not sold on him yet. But I feel like with the receivers that he has,
he looked good.
He looked good. So
he did. He did.
I'm gonna leave Tua alone for now.
Right. He's trying to sell you, something. The next game after that was Baltimore and New York. I watched that one. Obviously I watched that one for reasons.
Yes. Ravens.
Man. My boy, pay that man his money. My boy showed up.
I'm hoping they don't pay him.
Right, he balls out this year.
Not because I don't want him to get his money, but I'm hoping they don't pay him so that he can just dip and go to another team.
Right, and play them.
So when he goes to another team that's basically like ready-made, just wait for a quarterback to just plant there.
Right,
and then that's it. That's what I'm hoping happen.
Ooh, that's kind of a spicy take, but my boy can throw 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. The pick came at garbage time pretty much to me because at that point New York wasn't a threat.
I'm sorry, was New York a threat in the beginning?
I mean, Baltimore didn't go off until the second half, so it just New York's defense for some reason was stout. I mean, he didn't have a good running game. He had a better passing game than a running game, which is crazy, but hey. The next game we are talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Commanders of Washington.
Who did I pick for that game?
Okay, you picked Jacksonville. Surprisingly, oh, that's where we're different.
Yeah,
I think I picked Commanders to spite you.
You say what?
I think I picked Commanders to spite you.
And I picked Jaguars to go against you. That's it.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
You thought I believed in Trevor Lawrence?
I mean, he had, to me, just as good of a game, or maybe better than Carson. Carson did save the Commanders at the end of the game with the game-winning touchdown, but because of Carson, they were at that position. So Carson gives and Carson takes and Carson gives. Like, it's just what I had him for a whole season. Carson giveth and Carson taketh.
Carson giveth, Carson taketh. Okay.
Facts. That's the thing that Commanders are going to learn. But that was our first separate pick. Look at me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. The next game. What's that?
Cleveland and Carolina.
That's one of our highlight games. That's one of our spotlight games. So I guess we've gotten to our first spotlight game. Why did we pick the Panthers?
we picked the Panthers because we said that Cleveland, as good a lineup as they have, has Jacoby Brissett throwing the ball. And I don't believe in Jacoby Brissett ever since he was in New England.
Yes.
So I don't believe in him. And then you had him in Colt for, a season or two.
A couple, yeah.
Yeah. And don't believe him then. I don't believe in him now. So I thought because, again, I look at the Panthers, and more than one reason we picked the Panthers because McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Like McCaffrey compared to, I'm like, all the, McCaffrey.
DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson.
I'm like, we look at and we like,
Baker
Mayfield.
Quarterback and Baker, yes.
Granted, Baker's not a great quarterback, but he's a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett to me. So
yeah, passable quarterback, yes.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? So that's why we went with Panthers, and somehow Baker couldn't pull that off. So
I mean, okay, so a recurring theme for me this while I'm watching a lot of these games was the games didn't get spicy till the second half.
Yes,
because a lot of these players didn't play in the preseason. A lot of them didn't play preseason games. Baker only just got there like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
So again, I expect, and so if that's what was happening, a lot of these games didn't get cooking till the second half, and so I kind of expected, to be honest. Yes, so I kind of expected that game from Baker. But I expected the Panthers, because a lot of their defense played together, to be able to hold Jacoby Brissett, and the opposing Cleveland Browns to low numbers. Jacoby Brissett had a passable game, which is what I know for him to do because he's been with the Colts. And I'm starting to think maybe the Colts didn't have great players, because when you have Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt go off for you like they did in that game, you can have a Jacoby Brissett game and win.
That's true.
If your defense holds. And that's what happened. He had a very, very pedestrian game, but Nick Chubb had a game. Kareem Hunt had a game. So I'm starting to think maybe the Colts didn't have the players that Jacoby would need to
be effective.
Yes. So I'm looking now. I'm looking at even when we get to that game, because fuck that game. Fuck that team. Anyways, but that's what I'm thinking. And now it's making me look at Cleveland like, if the Pittsburgh game went the way it went, obviously the best looking team out of that division is Baltimore right now, and it's only game one, so there's still a long season.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if Cleveland can somehow stay in the middle, like stay close into the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He comes back week 11. They can make a push.
They can make a push as a wild card team from that division.
Yes.
Because as of right now, again, I think I picked the Bengals to win the division.
Yes.
I'm still sticking with that pick. But I think if Cleveland could keep it like at midway through, they can go 500. 500.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 500. During those 11 games, 10 games. I think when Deshaun Watson come back for them eventually, they can definitely make a push as a wild card option from the division.
Right.
But they'll have to go through either Bengals or Ravens, as one of the games. But I think it could be done. But I do think, but they did look like better than I thought they would.
Facts for me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a game that didn't pan out for us. The next game, oh my God, Indianapolis and Houston. Again, fuck that team. I've been quoted on this show as saying we're gonna go far because Matt Ryan is not that guy. I think when we did our division thing, I have to pick my team because that's my team. But looking at the team, look at game one again, we might be looking at off-season rust. I don't believe in that team. But I obviously picked them. Let me see. Indy. Yeah, we obviously both picked Indy to win.
You had a tie game with Houston.
I know you were waiting on that. Go ahead.
A tie game with Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who's in the Texans?
David Mills, Brandon Cooks,
Cool. Okay.
Burkhead.
Name me their two starting running backs.
Burkhead, and I don't know the other guy. I forget his name.
Cool.
Go ahead, make
How
it.
about the wide receivers?
Brandon Cooks. That's all I got.
So you tie with a team with David Mills, Rex Burkhead, and Brandon Cooks as their star players. Your team's trash.
Okay, but yeah, who's trash? Name our star players.
Absolute garbage.
Name our star players.
Jonathan Taylor.
Outside of Jonathan Taylor.
What outside? Michael Pittman Jr.
No, you know that. You and I both know that. Michael Pittman is nobody's star player.
Okay, name me who.
Hey, what's up, Drunk? Hey, no. Let me pause right here and give Drunk a shout out because Drunk, right? Let me tell you something. He be watching all of the shows that we do. He's been on game. I mean, he doesn't watch them for a long period of time. He'd be like, "Yo, I'll catch your opinions later." But like, he's present. You know, when I don't know if he has a bell or something letting him know, but like he's present, so I gotta shout him out. Like he's really like one of the
shout out to you, Drunk, because you know what? If you had that notification bell on, make sure you tell your friends, tell a friend, and keep that bell on so to make sure the page grow. And
right,
we
appreciate you, man.
The fact that you refer to him as Simone Biles' boyfriend.
Bro, I've asked you
about him.
We're done with the Houston Texans. I've asked you to name our star players outside of Jonathan Taylor. Did you notice that you didn't name the? Did you know? No, outside of Jonathan Taylor. Did you notice that you did not name our quarterback?
Guess what? Your quarterback better than theirs. Your running back better than theirs. Your wide receivers better than theirs. What more do you want?
No, I understand that, man. I'm just saying I appreciate you. You do stay. He will stay. So I got to give him that. He'd be there and he'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna catch your other. I'm gonna catch a sports shader, and he will comment to let us know he's leaving. I'm just saying I appreciate that. That's something.
We appreciate it,
right, bro? The Colts are trash. We know that they don't have a star outside of Jonathan Taylor. Don't tell me Michael Pittman Jr. because you and I both. You don't want Michael Pittman Jr. on your team. You know you don't. So be honest and just.
I picked him on. He's on my fantasy squad.
Fantasy football is not real football. You do not want Michael Pittman Jr. on your football team. True or false?
Only because my
bro,
football
answer
team,
that question for me.
Only because my football team, my team, our wide receiving core is pretty tight. We don't have room for Michael Pittman.
That's a very, very political answer. And I love it. Appreciate it again. Saying. You cool as well, man. Appreciate it.
I'm just saying,
that's a very political answer, and that's bullshit. We're moving on. You just gave me a politician's answer, and I don't like that. Philadelphia and Detroit. We both picked. Who did we pick?
We picked Philadelphia, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody picked Detroit.
I'm just making sure, man. Did I pick Detroit? Holy shit. No, we did not pick that game. That's crazy.
What happened?
We didn't pick that game. Either we didn't pick that game or I didn't. No. We both picked Detroit.
Wait, we both picked Detroit?
We both picked Detroit, yes.
I refuse to believe I picked Detroit, bro.
I think you were picking against Jalen Hurts, and I was picking Detroit to be my upset of the week. That's what I wanted my upset of the week to be. Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep track of my picks because
do that, bro. That's fair. That's fair.
I believe I would pick, Detroit.
I mean, but looking at that game, Detroit almost won it, so it's still
okay.
And that was a very, very high scoring game.
To me, that was the best game of the weekend.
You know what? You might be right. Of the weekend.
That was the best game of the weekend.
Because that is a game.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I didn't see those. I didn't see that game going that high one. And that game was actually very exciting. This was one of the games that didn't wait for the second half to kick off. This started from first whistle all the way through.
Yeah. No, that was a really
He got that dog in him though.
No, but you know what? No, he's right though, because I'm watching the game. First of all, I think like the first quarter, he didn't throw the ball. I think he threw the ball like 3 times in the first quarter. He didn't throw the ball. Listen, they'll run the run pass option, and he's like, "Oh, opening, I'm taking it." Like I think he had like 60 rushing yards in the first first quarter.
Yeah,
first
he
half,
had a
like that.
great first. Yeah,
And I'm like, first of all, I think. Okay,
I'm not doing this with you, man.
Okay.
See, I'm not doing.
Okay.
No. Go ahead. Finish your point. Finish your point.
But okay. No, but watching the game though, I watched like again, Philadelphia didn't throw the ball early. They threw the ball a lot early on.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did throw it, they did their receivers did a really good job. First of all, Miles Sanders had an amazing game.
Yes.
Like it may not look easy, even if you don't see it on paper, he had an amazing game.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just him. Jalen Hurts played really well. I'm like, first of all, it was a really good game. And then I look at Detroit's running back, Swift and Williams. They did great. Like these guys, they were running through like their lineup. And mind you, Philadelphia's defensive line is no joke. Like they put the paws on people, and somehow, I'm
Detroit got that dog in them.
I'm talking.
Detroit might have that. If Detroit won on Sunday, I think it would have people believing in. Because did you watch Hard Knocks this year?
You say what?
Did you watch Hard Knocks?
Yes.
Do you understand? Like, because of their coach, I have it. Like, I'm like, yo, I have like feelings for Detroit. If that makes sense, I'm like, yo, they look solid. Like because of their coach. So I'm gonna hold off on Detroit as my spoiler. Again, I said if Cleveland,
I think Detroit could catch a lot of people slipping on any given Sunday.
Right.
We always say any given Sunday, and I think Detroit is one of those teams that if they catch you slipping on any given Sunday,
it's a wrap.
They definitely they'll give you the work.
Right.
Because they play well, against a really good Philly defense.
Philly was a playoff team last year. No, they weren't. I'm sorry. What am I doing? Moving on. How's that drink for you, man? Moving on. New York Giants at Tennessee. At Tennessee. That was interesting because we both picked. We picked Tennessee. Yeah. You know what? That was a scary game. That was another scary game. Only because
First of all, I'm not a Giants fan and I'm not a Tennessee fan. So I don't understand how one game can give me heart palpitation when I don't care for either team.
Bro.
Because the end of that game,
it didn't make any fucking sense.
The end of that game, I was like, yo, first of all, when I tell you I want to see these kickers, I want to see them one-on-one. I want to see these kickers, I want to see someone one-on-one. Starting with the Titans kicker, what's his name? Jesus Christ.
I don't care.
Okay, either way, if I catch him on the street, I don't know, bro. I think I could put hands on him.
I believe you. I really believe you. Again, Derrick Henry is coming back from an injury, so that's an excuse. Saquon Barkley is also coming back from an injury, but man, he had a game. He had a game.
Saquon Barkley had over 200 scrimmage yards.
Single-handedly saved the New York Football Giants.
Mind you, the Giants' offensive line is trash. And I'm saying this disrespectfully. The offensive line is garbage. And somehow, Saquon behind that line ran through everybody.
Right, correct.
He ran all over the Titans. Like, he made them look like, yo, Saquon looked like...
you might have a point.
Imagine being a rebuild mode and not know it.
And not knowing it.
Yo,
no, but Saquon had an amazing game, and I was very surprised. But congratulations to him. Next game. I hope it's one of our other highlight games. Green Bay, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson is east. That's it. Justin Jefferson is that dude.
I told everybody
Congratulations on your Madden games, bro. But yes, honestly, he did come back and he proved that he might be the guy that we think he is in that one game.
Oh no. I have no doubt when Saquon's healthy, he could run. He could be. He's a top 5, running back in the league. There's no question about it. And when I say top 5, I mean like he's not 4 or 5. When he's healthy, he's really that good. Only problem is his health. That's the only thing.
You want to know something good? You want to know something really good?
Yeah.
We both picked the Vikings.
We did.
Yes.
You know why? You know why I picked the Vikings?
Go ahead.
Because it's fuck Aaron Rodgers.
You know what? I think that's why you did it. That's exactly why you did it.
When I tell you I cannot stand Aaron Rodgers, and people tell me, oh, but listen, first of all, I've been hearing for so long how Aaron Rodgers might be the greatest quarterback we've ever seen play. They're like, oh yeah, listen, he has the arm, he has the accuracy. He could don't get me wrong.
He does have the accuracy though. He throws the least amount of picks.
Aaron Rodgers might be the most talented quarterback I've ever seen play.
I know what you're about to say. Okay.
However, he's basically J.R. Smith. He's good when it don't matter.
Wow.
He's the J.R. Smith of the NFL. And also, I told my friends after this Sunday night's game, after the game, I told them that if I have another kid, I might name him Justin Jefferson. Not even like after one. I'm not even Justin or Jefferson. I'm naming my kid Justin Jefferson and then use my last name. That's it. Like my kid get the whole name, Justin Jefferson, because that guy, he balled out in a way I'm like, yo, I'm not only impressed, but like.
And he did it against a top 10 corner back in this league right now. Jair Alexander, he put him on skates the entire game, and it's
Justin Jefferson is the real deal. He's the real deal. You can't tell me otherwise. And
Jamar Chase as well, but Justin Jefferson. But can you imagine Dallas drafted CeeDee Lamb over him?
I mean, I feel like if he went to Dallas, they would have basically wasted his talent. So I'm not mad at it.
Wow. Next game, Kansas City, Arizona. You want to know who you picked? I think you know who you picked.
I know who I picked.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You can go. I'll wait.
You picked the Cardinals.
Like I said, I know who I picked.
I'm not even going to ask any questions. We're just going to move to the next game. That's what we're going to do, right?
Okay. No. Okay, you know what? I would love to just say, cop out and not talk about it at all. But I picked the Cardinals, and I was wrong. All the way wrong. Wrong, in fact, that Patrick Mahomes, decided, you know what? You know how some guys had off-season rust? I got better.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah.
How do you get better from what you were before?
5 touchdowns.
Because I'm talking, he had 5 touchdowns, and I'm talking
5 touchdowns.
Bro, that's more than it. I think that's 2 more than everybody else in the league. Yes. Nobody had 4 touchdowns outside of him.
No.
Yo, first of all, how do you lose your best receiver, your absolute best receiver, and top 5 receiver in the league last year, and you come out and you play better in the season opener?
Bro, I didn't understand it. Bro, he didn't look. They honestly didn't look.
No. He looked like Oprah out there. You get a touchdown.
Bro.
You want another one? Fine. Here's another one. Like, he was just dishing them out. Edwards-Helaire had 2, which I'm grateful for. Kelsey had 1. Who else was one?
Valdez, Marquez.
Yes.
Was it Valdez-Scantling? Yeah, it was Valdez-Scantling.
Listen, we're talking about Packers missing Devontae Adams.
Missing Valdez-Scantling as well.
They also missing Valdez-Scantling also because Patrick Mahomes decided, you know what? Listen, I'm a graceful God. I'm a generous God. You all can get it.
You know what? I'm not gonna say I think so. The argument can be made. The argument can absolutely be made.
I think it's a little too early to say that just because they haven't been tested yet. In my opinion, that's one. But also,
so you're saying Arizona is not a good test?
No, I'm saying Arizona didn't give them a good test. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they are not a good team. I'm saying they didn't give them a good matchup. Like that game was over by The game was over early.
by the second quarter, really.
Yeah, the game was over early. So I'm like, so as far as is he better? But you know what though? I see where you're coming from with that one because
the argument can be made because
Yeah,
Patrick
the argument
Mahomes
can
now
be made, you know why? Because when he has Hill,
you will
a
eye
part of
him
him
a lot.
he has to force feed Tyreek.
Yes. Now you don't
but
have
without
that,
him,
so you can give it to Juju, you can give it to Valdez, you can give it to Kelsey. You can, yeah. And what's the other guy? The other receiver, I forget his name.
What's his name?
But
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, see, he said the exact same thing. So yeah, honestly, that was wild. That was a wild game. That's also a wild pick. This is another highlight game that we had: Las Vegas versus the LA Chargers.
Who'd you pick on that game?
Let me see. I think I picked the Raiders. Yep, and you picked the Chargers. So that's your first one over me. I obviously picked the Raiders because I thought, they have a lot more to prove. They went to the playoffs. They didn't want to make it look like it was fluke that they beat the Chargers. They bested the Chargers to make it to the playoffs. And
so
this is, in my opinion, this is what this
was wrong one. Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, more than one. Oh yeah, this one. In my opinion, this is why they lost. What I saw from Derek Carr is the absolute leader of this team. But what I saw from Derek Carr was something you see with someone who just gets a new toy. You always want to play with that toy, right? He was throwing he was throwing everything he was forcing balls back, like two of his picks, I think, were forced balls
to Devontae Adams.
Yes. And I'm sitting there because obviously what's your hate with this dude, bro? And I'm sitting there because I have Hunter Renfrow, right? So I'm like, please, Hunter Renfrow had a monster season last year, and I'm starting to think he didn't have Henry Ruggs, so he was giving it to he was throwing it to Hunter Renfrow, and that's why now that looking at, I'm starting to see some Derek Carr. I don't think he might be the quarterback I thought he was. I don't care if it's one game. It's just the one game this is the game that you have a lot riding on because a lot to prove. He disappointed me.
But also, Devontae Adams.
Oh, he had a great game
where he basically said, "Hey, look at me without Aaron Rodgers, and look at Aaron Rodgers without me."
Without me, yes. But does that matter if you don't win? Because y'all both have the same record. It doesn't matter if you win. It doesn't matter if you don't win because now y'all both have. I know it's a team game, but both have the same record. Y'all both won. So does it really? Did you really do anything other than have a great game?
We know, as a whole. I'm not talking about this as a whole. Yes,
Right.
I'm
just being petty. I'm just being petty.
Game, but however, when Devontae Adams had the game he had, because he had more yards than Aaron Rodgers.
Then he had more yards than Green Bay's whole offense,
yes, exactly.
Receiving core, yes,
exactly. So he definitely know. Okay, so I picked the Chargers on that one because I did say Justin Herbert is going to come out, and I said, you know what, Justin Herbert between him, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and Eckler. I was like, yo, they definitely going to beat the brakes off the Raiders, and it wasn't it wasn't a blowout game, but they did win that game, so. All right. We got that one. All right.
The next one, Tampa and Dallas.
Who'd you pick?
Sunday night game. Who did I pick? You know what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Who'd you pick?
It doesn't matter, bro.
So we're talking about our picks.
That's what the Cowboys, bro. I picked the Cowboys. Like, what are you doing?
I was simply asking, but for the people that watching, they probably don't know what you pick.
Okay, fine. Moving on. And then
why are we moving on? We just talk about the game.
I don't really have anything to talk about. I really honestly don't.
You have nothing to say at all?
I have nothing to say.
Did you see the game?
It's egg on my face. That's it. It's egg on my face.
So you watched the game and you watched Dallas on a Sunday night.
I watched the game for 2 seconds, honestly.
And I'm not put up 3 points on a Sunday night game,
bro. I honestly, I promise you, I watched the game for 2 seconds.
Season opener,
and then I was like, I'm just going to sleep. I went to sleep.
Wow. Wow.
I didn't even watch Game of Thrones that night. I went to sleep.
You know. As a football fan,
No,
and also
I couldn't take it.
On opening night.
Bro, are you gonna talk about the game or not? Like,
You went to sleep on a prime time Sunday night game,
bro. Can you talk about the game? Like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to talk about the game, but clearly somebody.
No, but you're asking me questions. Talk about the game, bro.
Okay. No, talking about the game though, like
because then you tweeted me. What's wrong with you? You could have texted me. Why would you put that in the public from? But anyways,
because certain things the people need to know. I don't just want to put it. If I text you, you know, if I text you, you know what that does? It just give you screenshots to use against me later. But if I put it on Twitter, now the people can go back and look at the record. They can find the date, the time. They can find the wording. It's perfect. So
okay,
that's why I put it on.
Congratulations.
Yes, and the Cowboys did what the Cowboys always do. That's the second opening night they went against Tampa and lost.
Man,
it's almost as if the Cowboys are not good.
The NFL should stop doing that to us. To me, because I think
the NFL should stop putting Cowboys on TV. Like I really think so.
Because I went to sleep and I didn't.
What are you doing?
Honestly, I didn't want to go to sleep on a Sunday night, but on a Sunday night game. But I ended up doing that. And we have our last highlight game of the week: Monday Night Football, Seahawks, Broncos. We were both. I don't got nothing to talk about that. Like that's that. As for a highlight game, I really have nothing to say. They didn't let Russ cook, but even when they did let Russ cook, he was mid as fuck.
Played by Geno Smith.
I don't know. I got nothing to say, bro. I have nothing.
Bro.
I was talking so much shit. Do you know how he makes us look right now to Jake? Yes.
Jake, first of all, Jake texted me multiple times to tell me that, did you see that Seahawks game? I'm like, first of all, you're way too loud. And second of all, get off my phone. Like, I told him, if you keep talking, I'm going to have to block you just for the day. He goes, okay, so I'll call you tomorrow then. Because how did Russell gets outplayed by Geno Smith?
I don't get it, bro.
I'm not even talking about like slightly outplayed. I'm talking about like I watched the game and Geno Smith outplayed him in every single aspect. That's ridiculous.
Well, and then I think we both picked Frisco, and the Bears did what they had to do. So let me do the final count. Wetson, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Mo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I'm telling you.
Oh wow.
Same amount right, bro.
Same amount right, and oh wow, that's very because you know what it is. It was the Cowboys and it was the Raiders. That's yes, and then that game that tied us up.
Yeah.
Interesting. Amazing. All right, let's move on. So something that we're gonna add to this while we do this is I would like to do, AFC and NFC offensive and defensive players of the week, right? I'm gonna take the AFC side and Redson's gonna take the NFC side. So my AFC offensive player of the week, my personal, it's again, this is not based on anything else. This is your personal opinion. So it doesn't so my personal opinion, I'm going with Patrick Mahomes as offensive player of the week for me. I mean, what else do you need to convince you? And defensive player for me is the guy who won a Super Bowl and changed teams and played against that team, Von Miller. So those are my AFC and
that was a good one. I can't even on that one. For me, the NFC offensive player is Saquon Barkley by a mile. Wow. It's not even close because again, how do you argue against 200 scrimmage yards, like 164 rushing yards, like or 100 something like that? But like you can't argue against that kind of As far as defensive players go, for the NFC, who am I thinking of? Damn, I had his name. Hold on a second. I had his name right in front of me too. NFC. Okay.
Where'd you go?
Oh, hold on.
Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I was supposed to pick my NFC defensive player, right?
Mm-hmm. So let me recap for the viewers. AFC offensive player of the week went to Pat Mahomes, and my AFC defensive player of the week went to Von Miller. Right now, Wedson's offensive player of the week for the NFC went to Saquon, and we're waiting for his defensive player of the week.
Defensive player. Jesus, I forgot who I did. Micah Parsons.
Wow, I was expecting CJ. I was expecting TJ Watt.
I was, but GG White did finish the job. So, but Micah Parsons put Tom Brady on his ass like 3 times, and the amount of pressure he had from Tom Brady.
He's him. He's
the real deal. And again, first of all, I am 100% against Dallas everything. As I've told you multiple times, I am against Dallas anything. I don't feel like Dallas Airport. Like, it's not real for me. Okay, I'm cool with Fort Worth. I flew there a couple of times. I'm cool with that. But no, seriously though, like I'm not a fan of the Cowboys under those circumstances. However, when we talk about my top 10 defensive players, there's a Cowboy in there. Offensive player, there's a Cowboy in there. And now, like for the week, my defensive player of the week was a Dallas Cowboy. Because Micah Parsons, I watched that game, and I'm talking like, yo, Tom Brady almost like, normally when he take a hit, he get up like, all right, cool. It's a hit. What's the next game? Now, it looks like, he stopped for a second like, damn, this motherfucker's coming at me again. You know what? I got to get rid of the football. He started thinking twice now when he see Micah Parsons coming at him. So, that's my defensive player.
You know what? Your offensive player of the week being A.J. Brown, I'm not mad at that. I am not. But see, Von Miller, because he said both. Von Miller did his thing, and his reasoning is why Von Miller is my defensive player of the week, because he's not. Because people thought because he was only really effective because of the other number 99 in LA, but he himself is a disruptive force, and we saw that in week 1.
Because Von Miller is still that guy. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's not. He doesn't have the same explosiveness and speed he used to have. Like back in like 2016.
He's still yeah.
But he could still be effective, as you could see,
right?
As a pass rusher, and that's what he did. So, yeah, I agree with that one. But yeah, Micah Parsons for me, yeah, because that man. Oh, you know who's my absolutely not defensive player of the week?
Who?
Absolutely not defensive player of the week. Jalen Ramsey.
You know what? Let's move on. I don't want to talk bad about Jalen Ramsey. I don't.
That man got burned on so many plays. I was loving it.
And then what's his name put his nuts on his face. That was kind of embarrassing as well.
Stephon Diggs?
Yeah. No. The quarterback. I forget. Your guy.
Who?
Your guy. The quarterback. Josh Allen, when he scrambled, he rubbed his nuts. Yeah, he said he just got back.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm a Bills fan now. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, you're a Bills fan now. All right, so starting off Thursday night, Wetson, you go first. LA Chargers at Kansas City.
After the week Kansas City had, after the week Kansas City had. I would be wrong to pick against them, so I'm gonna go with Kansas City on this one.
Oh man. I want to be like you. I want to be like you, Edson. I really want to be like you, but then I don't. I like the Chargers for what they did, and I think the Chargers are a better opponent than
Then the
Arizona.
Raiders,
It was Arizona.
the
I
Arizona,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I like LA to win that game. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and pick the Rams. Oh crap! I'm gonna
Cool.
probably regret
Cool.
this.
All
Wait,
right.
the Chargers. My bad. The Chargers. Woo. Too many
Yeah,
LA
Chargers.
teams.
I go Chiefs. I bet.
All right. The next game, New York Jets and Cleveland. Ooh, this is. I don't know. I don't know. Who you got, man?
I feel like I'm picking between bad and worse because I don't believe in either team. Although Cleveland did win their first game,
I was gonna say after what Cleveland did.
I still don't believe in them, but I feel like picking the Jets is like almost like it's almost a blasphemy to pick the Jets to win a game. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Cleveland on this one for game 2.
You know,
How about
yeah, I'm not gonna buck. I'm not gonna try to like try anything crazy. I'm just gonna pick. I'm just gonna go ahead with Cleveland as well. Like there's no need to be like risky, right? As much as I hate Cleveland right now. Next game.
Next game?
Cleveland. How the hell do you spell that? Cleveland. Ew.
You
The
see
Commanders.
that? Even the name spelling it looks weird.
The Commanders. Detroit.
Let's put it this way.
So I'm guessing Drunk is going with Cleveland as well. Let's put his name. Let me make space for him real quick. You know,
let me.
he didn't pick Kansas City and LA, but yeah, he didn't pick that.
I ask him who he wants. Listen.
Yeah, you know what, Drunk? How about you join us in this, right? Let's do.
You're part of this. Okay, who do you want? Listen, Kansas City.
I'm guessing because he said it'd be a cold day in hell before he picks the Jets. So he's picking Cleveland. Who are you gonna pick from the first game of the week? Kansas City and Chargers. When you get back, I'm gonna ask you. I don't know if he left the stream or something.
Yeah, we'll see who pick. But
right. We're Washington and Detroit.
The same way Drunk said it'll be a cold day in hell before he picked the Jets. Being that you're from Washington, it'll be a cold day in hell before I pick Washington to beat anybody.
That's exactly why I think you picked the charge. That's exactly. Oh, he got KC. Okay, we got you. We got you locked in, my guy.
So I'm
who do you have
Detroit with this one?
Right.
How about you?
Washington, Detroit. Oh man, oh man, you say you got Detroit. Oh, man, I've picked Washington already. Do I want to do that again just to be different? You know what? I'm going Commanders. I'm going Commanders.
Okay, good. Commanders. So that way we know next week for sure we're not gonna be tied on anything because
he got the Lions. Okay, he got the Lions. He got KC, Browns, and the Lions. All right, so Carolina and the New York Giants.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not rocking with Weds either, so it's difficult.
What did Drunk say?
He's talking about he's talking about Washington looking good, but no, he picked the Lions. Go ahead and pick, man. Don't wait for Drunk. Carolina and the New York Giants.
Nice. I'm stuck between trying to choose between because again, I don't want to pick the Giants. I don't want to pick the Giants.
You do.
I'm picking Carolina.
Wow, Baker Mayfield.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Bro, I got to pick between Baker Mayfield and Daniel Jones. I don't have a good option.
I'm picking Baker. I'm picking Baker. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've been different. He's laughing at you. It is a difficult pick. All right, so New England
and Pittsburgh.
I picked the Panthers. Yeah.
Is there any good game left? Jesus,
bro,
week 2 looks terrible so far.
So we all picking Carolina across the board. So
The only good game so far is like
we
Chargers.
all picking Carolina across the board. So right, the only good game that is the first game of the week, Kansas City and Chargers. That's everything has been bums. Let's see. So New England and Pittsburgh.
Tampa in New Orleans.
Yeah. Wait, did
Why?
we pick that? I don't know. So Tampa and New Orleans. I'll write that down. I'm guessing.
I'm picking Tampa.
I'm going Nola.
Yeah, because you hit that guy.
That's it. You know that.
Yeah, Thomas Patrick Edward Brady Jr. Thomas Patrick Edward Brady Jr. In case you didn't hear it the first time.
I didn't hear it. I'm ignoring you.
You didn't hear it? You're good.
So New England and Pittsburgh, I think I'm with drunk. Bill Belichick is done. That whole thing is over. I'm going Steelers, bro.
Yeah, I got New England on this one.
And they just beat Joe Burrow, so I'm definitely picking that.
I got New England just because
I love it. We are going. Look at that. Nola in the house. Like, there we go. There we go.
I've been to New Orleans. They have like 3 things you could do out there that's fun.
You know what? I agree with you. Ken Guard Mike had a great game as well. So Indianapolis.
The last couple of years has been guarded pretty well, but continue. Go ahead.
Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Oh my God. I'm just gonna you already know who I'm picking, so there's no need for me to debate this. Indianapolis and Jacksonville.
I can't in good conscience pick Jacksonville. Not in good conscience. I'm gonna go. I'll take Indiana on this one.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. I know you didn't even want to take them, but whatever. Ooh, this is a good one. Miami and Baltimore.
Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Tua versus my boy. Let's go.
Except it's having two.
You already know who I'm picking.
Yeah, you picking the Ravens.
Yeah.
Damn. You know what? Bro,
they stole the Game Boy out the rental.
What did he
say? He went to NOLA and they took his way out the rental. That's kind of sick. I'd be upset. The OG Game Boy, the big one. Yeah.
First of all, like they play bumper cars, what they cause in New Orleans. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay. For that one, I don't want to pick the Ravens with you, but at the same time, Miami looked good in week 1.
We already got one for me. So who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Miami on this one.
Okay. I'm gonna be happy when I beat both of you next week, but it's all good.
Even if.
No, when. This game, Atlanta and the Los Angeles Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
We can move forward.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Chicago, Green Bay, that's another easy one.
Wait, that's what's next? No, Seattle, San Francisco.
Wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll skip all the way down.
That's exactly why I skipped the one, right? So Seattle, San Francisco.
I'm gonna go San Francisco.
Damn.
I know Seattle won.
Am I really about to give Jake another? I'm really gonna give. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going.
Seattle?
I know. I'm kicking myself in the teeth while I'm doing it. I can't believe I just did that. I really can't believe I just did. Hurry up and pick so I don't have to change my mind.
Wow. I got San Francisco. Wow.
Look at this. First of all, look at this. 1 and 2. Look at this. Okay.
All right. You know what? You guys deserve whatever you get. Seattle.
As much as I like him, I don't trust Trey Lance. Look at that. I was thinking it, and he said it. I don't trust Trey Lance. It's either I don't trust Trey Lance or I don't trust that the coach trusts Trey Lance. They're not giving him
arch enemy though. Like,
Yo, that's kind of crazy. I feel like they still have the training wheels on Trey, and until they remove the training wheels and let it go,
in Trey Lance, but at the same time,
you believe in that team?
I don't believe in Seattle at all. I believe San Francisco got more in them to like they have. I believe they have more grit. I believe they work harder. I don't believe in Seattle.
It's about drive. It's about power.
I think Broncos lost that game more than Seattle won it. Honestly,
that could be debatable. But Russ didn't cook. It's debatable because Russ didn't cook.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Russ played nothing like Russ.
Russ played like he had rust. Oh shit. Bars. It's like, no. You know what? Let's just go to the next game. I'm sorry.
He played like the other Russell. That's all.
Yes. Oh wow. Cincinnati and Dallas is the next game.
Cincinnati. Because Dallas not gonna have Dak for like the next 6 weeks. Or is it 8 weeks?
It's for 46. That's what Jerry said.
You said what? 4 to 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. That means at least 7 weeks. So yeah, I got no, I don't believe in Dallas, without Dak. Who's their backup quarterback?
Shit. I don't know.
Does anybody know? Does anybody care?
No. The next game is Houston and Denver. You already know who I'm picking.
Well, being that Houston, we punch you in the mouth.
Bro, stop it. Stop. Like, don't start.
Don't start what?
Don't start.
Because again, I don't understand how you couldn't beat Houston of all teams. Like,
bro, don't start. Okay.
It's Houston. They have nothing going for them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You're picking Houston. Are you picking Denver or Houston?
I'm picking Denver, of course, but I'm just saying. Like, I'm saying Houston.
Thank you, Drunk. Thank you so much. Cooper Rush. That's the Dallas backup quarterback.
Oh God.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna guess Drunk is gonna pick Denver as well in that Houston game. Oh, whoa. My bad. I was guessing. He told me to shut up. He said he got Houston.
He got Houston?
Yeah.
Well, Houston did punch the Colts.
Don't do it.
So maybe that's Russell.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, cool. Because you can say Houston won without bringing the Colts into it. You know that, right?
You say what?
Never mind. Atlanta and Las Vegas.
What you say about the Colts?
Nothing, bro. I didn't say anything about the Colts.
Okay, cool. So we can agree that the Colts got punched in the mouth by
Atlanta and Las Vegas, bro. We're moving on.
Las Vegas.
Okay. All right.
And the Colts got punched by Houston.
You know what? I can't wait till Thomas Edward Brady loses to a bad team. Oh my God, this show's gonna get fired that day.
Who lose?
Tom Brady. Chicago, Green Bay. I think I'm gonna do a crazy pick. I'm going Chicago.
What's wrong with you?
I think Aaron Rodgers goes 1-2.
Question, bro. What's wrong with you? Like,
I mean, I'm keeping with my fuck Aaron Rodgers pick.
What are you trying to prove?
First of all, this is all I got to say about that.
What are you trying to prove?
I had to make a pick. I had to make a hot pick, and I think that's it.
So you go Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on what? Justin Field? Montgomery?
Based on the fact that
Komet?
Their defense is fire, and we saw what Aaron Rodgers does when you punch him in the mouth really hard.
Also, it was also one game, and Aaron Rodgers is a back-to-back MVP. Like, don't get me wrong, it's fucking Aaron Rodgers, but
So I'm gonna guess you're picking Green Bay.
I'm picking Green Bay. As much as I hate Aaron Rodgers, I'm still not picking Justin Fields and David Montgomery over their team. So, yeah, I'm going with Green Bay. What else we got?
We got two more. We got Tennessee and Buffalo.
Okay,
this is another rematch, right? This is a rematch from a playoff game.
Yes, and Buffalo
yeah.
punched him in the mouth then, and they got punched him in the mouth now.
I mean, Derrick Henry did punch what's his name when he was a cornerback for them, Josh Norman in the mouth.
Again, his name is King Henry for a reason. Like, come on, son. Like, did you guys know there was a rule? Did you know there was a rule made for Derrick Henry in high school?
He wasn't a king last week though, so
again, but I'm saying, listen, don't get it twisted. Like, listen, it happens, but did you know, did you know that though? That's a fun fact, actually. Did you know there was a rule made for Derrick Henry in high school?
What was the rule?
Okay, the rule was if his team is up by more than 3 touchdowns, they have to take him out. They actually made that a rule that as soon as if the team is up by 3 touchdowns or more, you have to take out Derrick Henry.
No, don't take me out. You gotta watch me ball out every. You gotta watch me ball out. You're not about to take me out. What's wrong with you,
bro? That's the rule. But he was in high school, so he had any trust in the matter. But they made that rule because in his 4 years in high school, he had more than 1,300 rushing yards.
And
not
the last
13,000, like 13,000 rushing yards.
Right.
We're talking over 3,000 rushing yards per season.
Okay.
That's wild.
No, that is wild. That is very wild. My bad.
Bro.
And final game of the week of week 2, Minnesota and Philly.
That is a good one. That is a good game. Ooh.
Minnesota and Philly. I like
You
Jamar.
You go first.
I like JJ to go off again. Justin Jefferson. And this time Thielen might have one. Please pass to Adam Thielen. Just one touchdown pass, just for me. Okay, please. Okay, Kurt. Dang.
First of all, we're fans of Kirk Cousins over here. Okay, we like Kirk Cousins. Okay,
because you like Justin. Because you like Justin Jefferson. Be honest.
Again, and who's throwing to Justin Jefferson?
You don't really like Kirk Cousins. You just want Justin Jefferson to go off. But go ahead, man. I like that.
No, but you know what's crazy though? That's actually a tough pick for me because I watched Philly play in week 1, and they look impressive across the board. Like I'm talking, offensive line was on point, defensive line was on point. Jalen Hurts played really well, and so, but also Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook. First of all, the fact that Dalvin Cook and Adam Thielen are like afterthought to Justin Jefferson tells me everything I need to know about Minnesota right now. I'm going with Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, go for another 120 yards.
Why did you do that? Why did you do the most? You just did the most to do that. No. Drunk, you are locked in for all the picks. Wetson, you're locked in.
He's locked in for all the picks?
Yeah, he's locked in for all the picks.
All right, cool. How about you?
I'm locked in. I got all my picks locked in. I'll send you a picture.
You got Minnesota or
I got Minnesota. I'll send you a picture so you can know what I picked today. You can know today. I'm not. Yeah, so you can also know what you picked because you're not about to be like, I need to start taking. I am a very good documentation person. Okay, don't insult me.
If you say
anyway,
so, again, I think you're telling stories with some of those picks, but it's okay.
Hey, now, but we had. Honestly, Wetson, you want me to call out your picks for you so you can hear them, so you can understand what you picked? I'll do that. I'll call out your picks for you. So, Wetson, you have Kansas City, Cleveland, Detroit, Carolina, Tampa Bay, the Steelers, Indianapolis, Miami, the Rams, Frisco, Cincy, Denver, the Raiders, Green Bay, Buffalo, and Minnesota. Are you good? You comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with it. So.
You know what? If they do, in fact, let me call out your picks so you can hear your picks. I'm gonna call out your picks next. Drunk, you have Kansas City.
If Houston win and you want to come in like Stone Cold Steve Austin, I will buy you the vest. I promise. I will buy the vest. if you want it with Drunk 316 on it, I got you at the end of the season, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to call. Yeah, I'm about to call out your picks right now. So you were wishy-washy on that one. You had Kansas City, Cleveland. You first went with the Lions, but then you said Washington, so I scratched the Lions. You're now with Washington. You picked Carolina, NOLA, Steelers, Indianapolis, Miami, the Rams, Seattle, Cincinnati, Houston, the Raiders, Green Bay, Buffalo, and Minnesota. And because I'm a different person, I'm gonna start with Minnesota. I went Minnesota, I went Buffalo, I went Chicago beating Green Bay. I went the Raiders, I went Denver, I went Cincy, I went Seattle, I went the Rams, Ravens, because both of y'all picked Miami, I picked the Ravens. I went Indy, Steelers, NOLA, Carolina, Washington, you went Detroit, Cleveland, and Chargers. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our week 2 NFL picks.
All right.
Great show, Wedson. I appreciate it. We ran through the for week 1. We talked about our hot games. Do you want to highlight a game this week that you want to take some time to talk about next week, or do you just want to highlight a game right now?
Actually, yes. One game I want to talk about though is Minnesota, the Minnesota game.
Yes.
Minnesota Eagles game. That's definitely one highlight game for me. Who does Buffalo play again?
Buffalo plays somebody that we all didn't care about.
Okay, so no, never mind then. Let me see. Hold on. Keep that up. Let me see. Games I want to highlight. Chicago, Green Bay. Let's highlight that.
Okay.
And Chargers, Kansas City.
And Chargers, Kansas City. So we got our 3 games for the week. Chargers in Kansas City, Chicago, Green Bay, and the Minnesota and Philadelphia game.
Philadelphia, yes. Those are highlight games for the week.
Thank you very much, Drunk. This was a great stream that you were part of. I can't wait to catch you next week for the next episode of Earth2 Sports Talk. It's a fun. The NFL is back, man. We are back, and I love it. It's
wonderful time of year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you again, Drunk, for your participation on the other. Really do appreciate all of it. I really. Oh man.
Pro football is ridiculous to me, bro. Pro Football Focus is absurd. Like I don't.
Yes, very questionable rankings that they.
I'm like, first of all, I'm convinced. Like, and again, I hope this don't sound too bad. I'm convinced. And Pro Football Focus, they literally have like a bunch of kids sitting in the room. They're like, which jersey do you like best? This one or this one? I like this one.
Or whose touchdown dance? Whose touchdown dance was the best?
I swear that's how they're picking these things, bro. Because all right.
Put that shit on. All right, man. We'll catch you next week for the next episode of Earth2 Sports Talk.
And Allen will boot and he'll flip it wide open. The man who scored all the touchdowns. Stafford looking that way, throwing that way. Cup. Bill's driving for the lead, and Allen throws. Touchdown. Keeps it. Pumps. Runs. Breaks the play. Stepping up. And now floating it downfield.